I like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We're in.
this feels so different, actually, right?
Feels pretty official.
Feels pretty official.
I can hear you great.
Yeah, right. We haven't really like heard ourselves into the monitors,
Yeah.
or maybe we have. You do remember that one time we were recording drums down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. My first ever time.
Yeah, it was my first ever time setting up that talkback system too. That came in very helpful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think we'll just get started informally, and it's
go.
just like a regular conversation.
Yeah.
Just pretend like we are driving a car today together. Somewhere.
Cool, we've done that.
We have done that a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Yeah. But yeah, here we are today. Thank you all for joining us. I've not done a podcast in like a while, and today we have a very special guest who is none other than my friend Lewis Fawcett. Lewis is a wonderful musician, a great friend, audio tech, and recently he has also been very interested in audio visualization. So let's welcome my friend Lewis Fawcett.
I feel very welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we planned this thing during like block 2 or block 3. Yeah, but it took a pretty good time.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and especially with our connection of being a musician together. We have done a lot of fun stuff.
Learned a lot.
We learned a lot. Yeah. When was the first time I ever talked to you, by the way?
I remember, I know I had you on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. And I remember seeing your guitar covers.
Oh, cool.
And I saw one and I was like, that's some clean guitar playing.
Yeah.
And I think I remember you bungee jumping. Bungee jumping. But I think the first time we talked was in pop band rehearsal.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you were like, I play a little freestyle and stuff, and like, I think we just got friends pretty instantly. Yeah. And I'm glad to be your friend.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Me too. I'm happy that pop band came together in the first place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's been a year and a half now.
Yeah.
That we have done pop band, and it's definitely pretty fun.
Feels like longer.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year-long thing, and we also have our own band.
Slow Chord.
Shout out to Slow Chord.
Slow Chord.
And but here we are. We're gonna talk about you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I can do that.
So, talking about music, how did it all start for you?
How did it all start with music? Well, music has definitely been a large part of my family growing up. My mom is a dancer, and my dad was a touring musician when I was growing up. He left to go on tour about 2 weeks after I was born. So that was a big part of what touring and music is what paid for my upbringing growing up. But early on, my parents wanted me to be in piano lessons, so I was doing that for quite some time. I probably did that until I was 12, probably from 5 to 12. But I ended up not really wanting to pursue piano anymore because I would just go to lessons and I wasn't getting better, but I knew I still loved music. But piano didn't feel like it was right for me anymore. And my dad had that drum set in his basement, and I was like, there's a drum set, I could try that. And I remember listening to James Brown. I remember listening to Cold Sweat by James Brown and The Funky Drummer. And both of those songs with Clyde Stubblefield drumming, I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I got my dad's drums over, and since then, this is a long-winded answer, but this is the story.
Yeah,
since then, I joined the school play that we were doing. We were doing Hairspray. And that's where I learned how to like read drum notation. Also, shout out to my mother, Sarah House, because the week I told her that I wanted to start drumming, she had me in lessons. She was like, okay, I already found a place. Like, you're set up. She already found a teacher for me. And we, about like 5 months into my drumming, I was drumming for a school musical. I was drumming for Hairspray.
There you go.
And that was a very educational experience. It was really fun the band that we had. We would stay in from recess just to continue practicing because we were having so much fun doing that. And the show came together really well. Musicals have been a large part of my drumming education. I've done about 6 since then, all like school projects, like school J-term musicals, but every time I have to actually sit down and like read a chart is when I make a lot of progress on the drums.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll just mess around.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So do you feel like at this point, drum is definitely your primary instrument?
I do. I do feel that way. I think drums it's what I put the most time into, and it's what I feel the most proud of. But in my leisure, I have the guitar has been. I feel like I go through like seasonal phases.
Yeah.
I feel like the winter is often drumming, and then like spring is like piano, and then summer is like guitar, and then fall is kind of goes in a cycle like that.
Yeah, we spent the summer together as well.
Yes.
Lewis played a lot of guitar.
Yeah.
Tried to do the slow dancing in the burning room like John Mayer, but still in progress, guys.
Still in progress. I've learned other songs.
Yes, exactly. Emma Harner is getting big.
Emma Harner.
Yeah.
Shout out Emma Harner.
Shout out Emma Harner.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so we all know that we always have like, this is my one thing.
Yeah.
So drum is for you and guitar is that for me.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, like I said, actually, growing up, in such a musical house, it's definitely a great thing to have around you, surround you,
A lot of Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and Prince, Coldplay. That's what was on in my house a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. I would love to know more about Papa Fawcett, actually.
Oh,
Shout out to Papa Fawcett, too.
Yeah. Papa Fawcett, Eric Fawcett.
Yeah, I hope he's watching. And I mean, I've had the great honor to meet him in Minnesota when I was there, and we had a great conversation.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's very easy to talk to. Like first and foremost, I think that's one of the first things I think about. Like he's very easy to talk to. He's very interested in what you're doing, what you want to do. Very encouraging. He never ever like swayed me in any way to start drumming. It was a surprise to him. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm definitely not gonna say no, but glad that you're drumming."
Yeah.
I think he was nervous that people would think that I was only drumming because he wanted me to, but he made it very clear that wasn't how it was.
Right.
And but he started drumming when he was around my same age, and he would always go to one of his friends' house. Something he was telling me about his beginning drumming is that he was very nervous to take lessons. He was very nervous to take lessons. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if he has an answer exactly either. But he was just like anxious about, I guess, having assignments and like having like a formal teacher. He became very good. He was in a school band. Actually, I met one of our classmates here at college. I met one of her aunts who actually knew my dad. They both grew up in Ames, Iowa, and knew him from the band. But when he graduated college, he had a band called Shark Sandwich in college. When he graduated, he decided to start taking it very seriously with his friends from college, and they started a band called Spy Mob. And when my dad came to the Twin Cities to learn drumming, he found a drummer named Phil Hay, and in the first lesson, the first thing my dad said to his new drum teacher was, pretend like I know nothing. Like, pretend I haven't even picked up sticks before. I want to start from the beginning. And he took it very seriously. He used to show me his like drum regiment schedules with like rudiments and everything. I've never been like 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day practice. Shout out to him, because that's how you get that good.
That's right.
He's got such a powerful, steady way of playing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was not like raised in such a musical background, but at the same time, I had a lot of people in my neighborhood to play like guitars and like hang out. So, and like basically that's how I learned. But there was not a lot of music in high school as well for me, but it's like a whole different case over here. You have to like, you are like kind of assigned to an instrument and you learn a bunch of like sheet music stuff, right?
Yeah, my high school is definitely not the normal type of like standardized high school experience. I did go to a performing arts high school for music. There, a lot of the sheet music reading was not emphasized there. I did for J-term performances. I would have to read, and that was very good for me. But mostly we would do like jazz. We played a lot of like Roy Hargrove, Miles Davis, a lot of just general jazz like standards, and also like Chick Corea, Spain.
Yeah. I love
And my first year at that school, I was still pretty new to drumming, and I was playing like, I wanted to get to the funk, James Brown, like Clyde Stubblefield stuff. But when I wasn't there yet, I was pretty timid. I was a pretty timid drummer. I was very quiet, and it wasn't. And I really still working on drum fills. Like, it wasn't comfortable with drum fills. But by my sophomore year, after I really started focusing more on jazz, is when things started really opening up for me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Coming from that background, and now you're playing in bands like pop.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because it's like a whole different genre, and you played more with the feel of the song than just reading the sheet music.
Yeah, that way of learning, it makes me confident to approach any song and be able to. I want to stay true to the song and like make it sound like the song, but also impart my own style onto it.
Absolutely.
Or like instead of feeling the pressure to learn every individual song, you can kind of learn the genre and know how to like predict, like, oh yeah, a fill should go here. This is when I switch to the ride cymbal. Like, obviously I'm gonna hit the snare on 2 and 4. And I would encourage like exploration and like maybe like pushing the boundaries of those genres too. But in our pop band setting, it comes in handy very much. During my schedule for high school, it felt very similar to like what the pop band kind of feeling is. Like all these people entering the room. It was pretty informal. A lot of jamming. I feel like that high school experience set me up very well for what we have in like pop band and jazz band and stuff like that. But when it comes to concert band, that was extremely foreign to me. Then I received a scholarship, which I'm very grateful for Cornell, but it was something I had almost zero experience in. And I showed up the first day like, I don't know what I don't know how to read sheet music. I don't know how to read a conductor. That part was difficult. But
it just definitely takes a lot of time. I joined choir for the first semester, and like, I don't know how to read music at all. And I don't know, I should have definitely tried, but I never did that because I feel like that's not the way I want to approach music. I mean, definitely theory and a lot of different things is what you definitely need as a chord lessons, but you're just going through the paper and like playing the music. It's not that fun.
I like looking at the people I'm playing with.
That's right.
Paper.
But as we go from like high school to college, definitely as you wanted to pursue music in the future as well, it may have took like a lot of time to decide on where to go and what to do in the next 4 years of college. So how did you decide Cornell, and how has it been for you?
Well, we have a unique part of our generation is the COVID-19 pandemic, and I was a sophomore in high school in 2020. In like March of 2020, I was a sophomore, and our teachers decided that instead of having normal class, they would just release the full semester's worth of material, and then if we had questions about it, they would hold regular office hours where we could go and check in and ask our questions. So my idea for getting through all this material that I was just assigned was to do it one class at a time. So I was just like, I'm only going to do my social studies, and then I'm going to do math. That way, I could stay in one world, learn it all, get it done, move on to the next one. And I was telling this to my college advisor at my high school, and she was like, there's this school that does that all year regularly. And I was like, oh, that's quite interesting, because it worked very well for me during the pandemic. So I came here and I toured, and I got that scholarship, and I was very excited about it. And I've really liked the block program since.
Yeah.
I was originally coming from music education.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do. I had like given my friends drum lessons, and I was very inspired by my music teachers that I had. And I was also, it's not inspired, but after COVID happened at my high school, both of our instrumental music chairs left in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person we had on staff was a like trumpet assistant teacher who was then just immediately promoted to the chair of the music department.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried his best, but he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know how to run it.
Yeah, it's like,
so
yeah.
I felt like I also learned what I didn't want to do
Mm-hmm.
as a music teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But I got here, and as we talked about just a little bit ago, the whole music reading thing is not my forte. The whole concert band atmosphere isn't something I'm not very comfortable in, and that is mostly what you're dealing with when it comes to music education.
Exactly.
I really wanted to be a music teacher in the context of how I learned music at my high school, but that's not every high school.
Mm-hmm.
So Jama, one of our professors here, probably my favorite professor I've ever had, one time came to me and suggested the BSS program, and that involves creating your own major. I was passively, I had Logic on my computer. I had an SM57 and like I'd recorded some friends. I recorded some family making music. It was just like a hobby. But as I started thinking about it more, I remember calling my girlfriend at the time, and she was actually the one that really got me thinking about different options.
Yeah.
And when I landed on sound engineering, I just felt really inspired. It just felt right.
Mm-hmm.
So I established the BSS major and picked out my classes, with with theater tech and sound, or theater tech and music, kind of like a sound engineering combined BSS, and I've loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too, actually. I mean, I was definitely inspired and about to do that too, but things didn't work out. That's totally fine too. I'm still playing music.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you get to do all those music courses, plus you get to choose the theater courses.
Yeah.
And you just work out with the professor and make a plan, which is like so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so now at this point, because you've been involved in so many different genres and so many different kind of music, what do you think is like your primary one?
Primary like genre to play. I've been really having fun with the pop band.
Mm-hmm.
I loved playing those more like complicated jazz charts. They're very fun to do, but like sometimes just a straightforward, our first semester of pop band was really fun for me. I was expecting like, oh yeah, I'll just like, I'm not really into this music, or Everlong.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I was like, that's kind of intimidating. It's not really my genre. Like I don't really play heavy rock like that, but it ended up being my favorite song in the set.
Exactly.
So it was transformative. And it's hard to say that there's a favorite. I'm still very much in the jazz band, and I love that, doing that. They're different. Yeah. I think it depends on who I'm playing with as well.
That's right.
Like if someone can really lock it down in a specific genre, I want to play with that genre.
Yeah.
It's about the interaction
Exactly.
a lot. Yeah.
It's kind of like an illegal question to ask. like choose that one genre, or like
who's your favorite kid?
Yeah, or like what's your favorite song or something like that.
Yeah.
Working with audio tech most of the time, I would love to know like how you started and how's your story of getting that started, because I don't think Eric, he was really into audio production or mixing, mastering stuff, right?
It's definitely not his first love, is that stuff. He was a part of, or he co-ran a music licensing company. Not 100% sure on all the stuff he did for that, but a lot of like entrepreneurial work, a lot of outsourcing. Like he has a lot of musician friends who are in the field, and you know, they would write songs for his music licensing, and he absolutely knew how to like run Ableton sessions and like record things.
Yeah.
Mixing and mastering, he's been getting into a lot more recently. His band is actually releasing new music now after about 20 years. And he's been really into like the mixing, mastering stuff. But it feels like we're kind of learning alongside each other now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So like over winter break, we collaborated on that cover of Red Room that I did with my sister. After it was done, he came over and he brought over, he has a couple plugins that I don't have, and we just like shared ideas and worked on it together.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah.
But as for like when I first got into it, he gave me my first microphone.
Which one was that?
It was an Audio Technica 20. Oh, I know what it looks like. 2070 something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't used it in a long time because it kind of crapped out.
First
But
mics are just
my
like that.
first mic that was mine was the SM57, of course. And then I got some MXLs 2009. And then I got my beautiful Sennheiser 441U.
441. That's
Love
your
it.
favorite microphone, right?
Favorite microphone for sure.
Then I recently got to know that it was mostly used by Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, I remember seeing like live performances where they're singing into that. Or Hiatus Coyote, who made that song Red Room, I know on their tiny desk, Napalm, the lead singer, is singing into one of those too. I didn't even know, but it's the same microphone that we did our cover with.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's like, I think one of the most ideal or very straightforward dynamic microphone, right?
yeah, it just works.
Yeah,
it just
definitely.
works.
Yeah, and it looks great too.
Yeah, really cool style.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
When we had to like compare audio engineering from a perspective of a musician, or from a perspective of a producer, what do you think the things that as a musician you pursue this audio engineering?
Like, how does my experience being a musician like inform it?
Yeah, or like enhanced, you know?
Ooh, I think having the ability to create what you're hearing is very important when it comes to production. And there's definitely resources. Like if you don't know how to play the guitar, you can load up a MIDI guitar. And if you're really skilled and you have the right software, you can make it sound very convincingly like you're playing the guitar.
Yeah.
But ideally, you can just play the guitar. So having those skills absolutely is like sets you ahead.
Yeah.
When I was in my internship, my sophomore year in New York, I was up in Saugerties, New York, near Woodstock. We had some recording sessions, just very low key recording sessions while I was interning that I was able to run. There were some high school students that the owner of the studio knew, and they had some free time in the recording studio, which was a great opportunity for me to get some real experience, like running a session. And the person with the song that she had written, she wanted some piano on it, and I was like, I can just step in the booth, set it up, and play piano on it. Which if you can do that as a producer, I think you're going to get rehired.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can then hop in and be like, I can be that. You don't need to hire another musician. Can just be right here.
Yeah,
that's very valuable.
Totally.
So in that way, like business wise, it's helpful, but it also always working with instruments and learning new things is just good for your musical ear, and it's good for your mind. And anything you're learning has got to be good for you.
Yeah, as we just touched about internship, I know a lot about an internship, but people don't. So let's talk about the internship that you did.
Yeah. So I was with my mentor was Dave Cook, Area 52 Studios in Saugerties, New York. My first couple days were in the city. Before I had before the internship had actually started, and I was able to spend about 2 days just kind of wandering around in New York. I had an Airbnb, and that was my first time in New York. It was so much fun to just, walk 30 minutes down 52nd Street or wherever and just see like famous places. It was just really exciting, especially coming from Mount Vernon, Iowa. But what I learned most from that experience, working in an actual recording studio, in the actual, not just my home, I have a Focusrite box and I have a SM57 and we're going to sing into it and like I'm going to plug in my Squier guitar.
Right.
Like, no, like actual recording studio. The thing that you can't learn anywhere else is like the etiquette.
Yeah.
And all the little things. Like before we would show up at the studio, Dave, we would leave early and go to the bagel store so that we could pick up fresh bagels that morning because he knows that the client that's coming in has these specific bagels that they like fresh. So then when they come in, they're like, "Oh, you remembered my bagels." All those little things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when somebody hires you to come into your recording studio, you are hosting them for an event. So you have to make sure it's clean. You have to make sure that there's snacks. The bathroom better be clean. It better be at right temperature. All these things. It has to be a livable space.
Yeah.
And something that fosters creativity and like working together. All that stuff is really what makes music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I can relate a lot about that.
Yeah.
Because when I was working in Pachyderm, the first few days were just like learning the studio culture. Like make coffee as soon as you get in there.
Make coffee.
Make coffee. Day one, man, make coffee and then like just make the space comfortable. And like having such an opportunity as a musician to like go into the recording studio and work there, it's just like so nice.
Yeah. It was an honor.
Yeah. It was also a great thing and a great time that we got to go to Pachyderm.
Yeah.
Where
on my birthday.
Yeah, on your birthday, exactly. On your birthday. Although we didn't get to do a lot of things because on that day we had like this power outage.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. It was fun to play some musical instruments and like set up the microphones on
that room
on
is
that day.
Beautiful.
That room is beautiful, and we also went to the house.
Yeah.
I think we also went to the creek over there. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Yeah.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken, man. Shout out to butter chicken. But yeah. Actually I always wanted to ask you this. How was it different? How was Pachyderm different from Studio 52?
Pachyderm's definitely bigger. Area 52, it was like, you walk in and there's like a little office space, and then there's the control room with a very comfortable big green couch behind it. You've got to have a comfortable couch in the record. You've got to. And then it was, the whole setup with the monitor and computers, and then it's the room right there. And then there's big room and then a drum booth. So very compact. But he would show me, I mean, we were still able to fit large bands in there with very large, unique instruments. One of the last sessions we recorded it was a very diverse range of things. Very interesting to mic up a new instrument. That too. Learning how to mic up really unique stuff. But Pachyderm has got so much history in it, and I think like you can feel it when you walk in there. I mean, if you just look on the shelves, like you're like, what is that doing there? Like everything's got to have a story. And not that Area 52 didn't have that, because there was definitely still like little knickknacks. I remember he had on his monitors, on the speakers, he had like old phones like through the generations. It was like a little flip phone, and then like a bigger, and then like a BlackBerry, and then like an iPod, and then like the first iPhone.
Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah, or like having all of his CDs and records like that were recorded there, like on the windowsill to the booth. But I'm sure Pachyderm has that too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my first day of Pachyderm, I was like blown away.
Yeah.
By the place, and I was like, this is so surreal. I'm living in a dream right now.
Yeah.
Because the the day before when I been there, I saw like the sessions and like the pictures from 1993 when in Nirvana was doing their sessions in Utero album, and then just walking into that space, it's like in the middle of the woods, like, and the fact that you are going to intern over here for like the next 2 months, where Nirvana has spent not just Nirvana, PJ Harvey, and there was bands like Live, a lot of different things, and like the rich history plus the equipment that they had over there, and like shout out to Nick if you're watching this, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
but while we do all that, I think it's also important for us, because we have a little bit of knowledge about this thing, because we've been doing this for a long time. People kind of get lost, or maybe get a little nervous about how to get started with all this, but people may not know that it just takes like an audio interface and a laptop and a microphone to get started. So what do you think people should approach when they start with all this? Because right now I think the singer-songwriter wave is going on a lot. Yeah. So maybe sharing things like these might be helpful.
It's a good question. So right now it is so easy for any old person to pick up an interface download free software online and like make some great music. I think it's easier than ever to document your ideas, your musical ideas, and like produce them. It's still, you can't forget that it has to start from a genuinely earnest musical idea that you have. You can't just like get in there and then it's going to make it for you, or at least something that's really going to be compelling. It's hard. You still have to be a musician.
Right.
So it's got to start from, you have to start with something that is moving to you. I think getting inspiration from artists that you love is where I start always, like learning songs from my favorite artists is what really inspires me to write my own stuff. That's, I'll be learning one of their songs and then maybe I make a mistake learning their song and I'm like, wait, that's actually cool. And then I go off on a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So making sure you have a good idea to start with. Then don't overwhelm yourself with, like, if you're going to get Ableton and you just go all in on the whole Ableton suite, that's awesome. But sometimes I'll load it up and I'll be like, oh my God, there's so much stuff. There's all these plugins. There's all these different instruments. And I end up just searching through instruments forever. And then I close my laptop because I'm tired, So
that's right.
I'd say like start with a program that's simple that and if you need more stuff to fulfill that musical idea that you have, then go find it and go get it and learn how to use it for sure. But it doesn't start with having all the technology. It starts with your idea.
Yeah.
And I think that's my advice.
Yeah, technology is just like a tool that will get you to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time when I tried to start this was like, there was this thing called iRig. Yeah, are you familiar with that?
iRig? No.
iRig is like, when iPhones used to have these 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks. And I used to have this thing called iRig, which just acts like an audio interface, but the signal is read through the headphone jack of iPhone.
That's so convenient.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then you just plug in your guitar or mic, whatever you're using, and then the headphone will just record it for you through the headphones. And then you just go to GarageBand and do all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm so happy that people who people can just document their ideas right there. So powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just need a little bit of setup to make it sound like a studio, and it could be as simple as just your guitar and your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people do these days as well.
Yeah, that's the Steve Lacy story.
Exactly.
Yeah. with GarageBand on his phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did that with like 3 different projects.
Cool.
I remember I had like an iPhone 6, and if I go like over 18 channels, the phone used to lag.
Wow, that makes sense.
And then I had like 3 minutes long recording in every single track, and then I used to run different buses, and then every single channel has their own separate EQ, and the phone will just shut down, man.
Yeah, totally. And like when you're at that point, then you know it's time for an upgrade.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, I know what I need.
Exactly.
I know what I need to fulfill my idea.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But a lot of people can just start off with anything they have.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm always inspired by you, starting off new things, and recently you have. Actually, not recently. How long has it been, by the way? The touch designer.
Yeah, I think it was since it was CSRI. So it's been less than a year.
Yeah,
about 3/4 of a year.
And like
Working on it.
Already you have done so much, which I'm
It's
really
been fun.
amazed.
Well,
And
thanks.
yeah, what inspired you to get into that?
Well, I remember when I was very young, like under 10, we were I was in the airport, and it was probably like an advertisement. I don't even know what it was, but there was some sort of projection on the wall in the hallway of the airport.
Yeah.
And I walked by it, and it had like a bunch of particles on this projection. I walked by it, and all the particles like moved with my shadow.
Oh.
And I just thought that was the coolest thing when I was little. And I remember I stopped. My parents were probably like, come on, we gotta go.
Yeah.
I stopped, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that is happening.
Something about, like, that was really cool to me. And I never forgot that. It was a very effective advertisement, because I don't know what it was for, but I remember the technology. And I mean, nothing about that was musical, but some sort of intersection with like technology and interactivity, because when you're using an instrument, or you're interacting with it and you're manipulating it, and to see like a visual output along with audible. I mean, I guess I should explain exactly what the touch designer stuff is, but the way I'm using it, you can use it for a lot of different stuff. It's kind of like Blender, but with a little bit more zhuzh. The way I like to use it is to make audio show up as visuals. So one way that I can do that in Touch Designer is put the audio frequency, lower frequencies on one side, higher frequencies, like a frequency response pattern, and visualize it. So if I hit a specific note, it'll show up on a part.
Right.
And then if I hit a lower note, it'll show up on another part. That's one way. Something about that is really satisfying to me. And I can run other songs through it and stylize them, make like a specific part of the song be a specific color. It's like designing a music video in real time for a song.
And I think going back to what you said, your first interaction with the touch design, when you hear a song or just like watch a video, it's like just a one-way interaction where you just watch and like react to it. But at the same time, I think when you were going up there and seeing that audio visualization, which is necessarily not an audio, but you are participating in that, which I think kind of makes it more interesting to like get into that thing. And that's the best way to like get introduced to something that you're doing right now.
Like having a personal experience with this piece. It's way more compelling than just consuming it. There's a song called Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap. It's one of my favorite songs ever. And I made an audio visualization of it, and in the song she's using a vocoder to harmonize herself, and you can see every single harmony that she's doing, because every single unique note shows up on the audio visualization. And it was so satisfying to create this, because it's what I was seeing in my head, and I found this program where I could actually see it. It was like cathartic, like so compelling to
Right.
make. I mean, just like with a song, if you can hear it in your head, you want to hear it in real life. You want to write it. You want to make it. But I was also seeing visuals along with, and I don't think I have like synesthesia or anything, but it is like a synesthesia machine. Like you can create what you're seeing with this program.
Yeah, and like I would say, whenever I use the touch designer and like try to play songs in my room, it's like so nice. You get all the lights dark and like the touch design does the job for you. And I wonder if you have done like anything with this, like in a live setting and like a performance wise.
This is a great time to plug my capstone that I'm gonna do this year. Next block, I'm thinking it will be in Ringer.
Yeah,
right out here. I'm still going through ideas, but I wonder what you think about this.
Yeah,
I would love to have sort of like an educational style, like here's what this technology is, and go through, just like a basic setup, and then have myself perform a live piece while it's running through this audio visualization, so I can be manipulating the visuals live as well as playing a piece of music.
That's right.
So it'll be like a visual piece as well as a musical audible piece of art. After that, I am going to invite Oscar to come on stage and play something on guitar. I know we've talked about some possible songs. We're going to design some sort of visuals that will react to Oscar's guitar playing. And I've also talked to Michael Osai about maybe coming up, playing some piano and singing.
That would be so cool.
And that's where I'm at right now. I have block 6 to really iron out those details, but I feel really good about that as my idea. Because when you're first looking at it, it's like, what exactly am I looking at? So to be able to explain like how it works up top and everything like that, I think will go a long way with the audience.
Absolutely. I'm super excited for that. And I actually just remembered you actually did once.
Oh, I did.
The Delt event. Shout out to the Delts.
Shout out to the Delts. Shout out to our first party back this year because first of all, it was very fun. We had a lot of people there, even though there were 2 other parties happening in the same building. They all came to our party because we're better. No.
Biased
Of course
GG.
I'm biased. Of course I'm biased. Give me that. But I had set up 2 projectors that were displaying audio visualizations reacting to the music that was playing at the party.
Yeah.
So on 2 walls, there was like, it was party dance music. And during the party, it was logistically kind of a nightmare to set it all up because it's like my laptop was like overheating. It was running also playing the music connected to like a Bluetooth speaker. But overall it went really well. And there was a couple times I had to go over, like my computer would like go to sleep and then I'd have to turn it on again while like still running the party. But it was very rewarding to have so many people there and so many people actually appreciate.
Yeah. Glad that it worked out pretty well because like I was having a great time too. Because that was kind of a really unique approach to do because you know how the frequency responses run and then you just react to that and like having the song running and the visuals running too at the same time. That was super cool.
Yeah, it's more immersive.
Yeah, maybe we should do that more often, sir.
I would love to do that again. I mean, it was logistically much more difficult than throwing a normal party, but it was worth it.
Totally.
That's what it's about.
I know we talk about this sometimes because you're so good at doing so many different things.
Thank you.
There's audio tech. You're a musician. You are now a touch designer too. What is the future looking like for you stepping into the music industry?
Yeah. So I'm about to graduate, so I do need to figure this out, exactly what I want to do. I'm very interested in working in a recording studio.
Yeah.
I love the experience of like working with artists and working with, everybody's unique approach to creating music. Everybody's, it's a very vulnerable experience coming into a recording studio and having to, work on your art. A lot of producers I've talked to have said that they are part-time therapists as well as producers because
Yeah.
of how much, how intense it is to
Exactly.
make this music. I have a lot of joy I really like getting a microphone chart and setting up microphones
I do that a
and
lot.
tearing down.
Yeah.
That's what we did on my birthday at Pachyderm.
Yeah.
Another thing I would love to be involved in is like podcast or interview production. There was a job listing at NPR that I'm definitely going to apply for, which is like an interview engineer. If I were to pursue like touch designer work, I think that would look like contacting musicians or DJs who want to, they call them VJs, video DJs. So I could be hired by a DJ to design visuals for them. There's a lot of people online who do that. A lot of people who offer courses also on like how to use touch designer. Yeah, anything in audio engineering, audio tech. I would love to do live sound, like at a live theater, doing sound monitoring. Yeah, I'm pretty open to the possibilities.
That's like a solid plan, like being like a full-time studio person plus freelancing a lot of different things at the same time.
That's something that would be an inspiration. My mom has inspired me in that way because she has like a full-time, or now she's full-time at Gustavus Adolphus. She's a dance professor, but she also has so many little side things. Like she'll teach yoga to her friends in the park and get some side income that way. Or she's also a yoga instructor at a yoga studio. She does choreography for like high school musicals when they need a choreographer, something choreographed by a choreographer.
Yeah.
And getting those side hustles. I also think that would be much more exciting than going into the same place every day.
Totally.
Having like a freelance kind of gig economy type thing.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see you there, like at a studio working out there, and then in live performances too. When Lewis is playing, I'm gonna be there. Yeah. And then I would love to ask you about one advice that you think like as a younger musician I should have done this, and if I've done that I would have been in a better position now.
Practice more,
man. practice 10 hours a day,
practice 40 hours a day. One specific piece of advice, well, I have to say the best way to learn a song that you want to learn, this is not even a secret. Like we all know this, but the best way to learn a song is to first understand what you need to play. Like know if it's on the guitar, like know the frets. If it's on the drums, know the sticking. Like figure it out logically in your head first.
Yeah, get the song into your head.
And then do little segments at a time, very small fragments of it, very slowly. Stitch those fragments together. Once you can do that, play it to a metronome. If you can do it 4 times through perfectly, raise it 5 to 10 BPM, do it again, play it perfectly, raise the BPM, do it again. Like that's how I've learned everything.
That's exactly what I do too.
Everything, yes. If you don't know how to do that, then that's the answer to learning songs. Yeah.
I've been doing the same thing for years. There's like a guitar lick. You start from like, I don't know, 90 BPM, then you just 100, 110, 120, something like that, Yeah. It's just always productive. Yeah. Is that like your go-to practice pattern, or
if I'm looking to learn a song, that's what I do for sure.
Yeah.
I look it up online or find like a video of a live performance and like slow it down on YouTube, like understand it. If you can find a transcription, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess that's my musical advice for like learning songs.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I think we are almost at the end of this podcast.
All right.
But before doing that, I would love to know more about your musical choices.
Oh.
And what are your favorites and stuff like that. Okay. Who's your favorite drummer?
Clyde Stubblefield.
Mm-hmm.
But alive, probably Nate Smith.
Nate Smith.
I love him.
I've seen Nate Smith. You showed me Nate Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's amazing.
And overall, as an artist or a musician, who is your best?
Overall, ever?
Yeah, ever.
Okay.
That one musician. We need that one musician.
I'm going to shout out this musician. He makes lo-fi music.
Mm-hmm.
Very low-key, relaxing, like repetitive songs. But I've been listening to him consistently since 7th grade. He has not left my ear. His name's Alex. Alex, all capitalized with spaces in between each letter.
Yeah.
He has this like trilogy of albums. It's called Growing Up. And I've just been listening to them.
Yeah.
You know, going to bed, studying, on my commute. I really was listening to him during one of my first jobs that I ever had. It was like painting a house.
Yeah.
I had to scrape paint and paint a house. And I just was listening to Alex the whole time, and it made the time fly by.
Yeah.
Very relaxing music and Alex. But other than that, Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu.
Love Erykah Badu. I've been listening to her since 2016.
Yeah.
When I saw her live at Soundset. My first time ever hearing about her was seeing her live, and ever since I was hooked. I was entranced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite album of all time?
Favorite full album? Baduism by Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
I do find myself getting like locked into specific musicians for like a length of time. I'm very like, I find what I like and I'll listen to it for a long time.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do is listen to like a more variety of musicians, but I also just really know what I like, and I want to stick with what I like. I don't have a problem re-listening to the classics.
Yeah.
Can never get sick of Michael Jackson. That's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Off the Wall is my favorite by him. To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar is amazing. I'll re-listen to that one often.
Is there a musician that you would love to play with?
Ooh.
One musician
that I would love to play with, like that could jam with. I mean, I would love to learn from my favorites. If I could do a master class with Clyde Stubblefield, that'd be amazing. Bernard Purdy is also, I mean, his videos. Have you ever seen one of Bernard Purdy's masterclass videos on YouTube?
Oh, I think one of the videos I've seen.
He's very eccentric. Like, well, that's how he starts.
That is right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the Purdy Shuffle. One specific musician I would love to play with. I don't have a specific answer for that. I just appreciate like listening to them. Yeah, what about you? Do you have a
man, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot. I would love to play with John Mayer, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, super talented guy. He can write songs, and I actually see him more like a musician, or I mean more like a guitar player than a singer, because have you seen that video where when he like goes to a different note mistakenly, but he like just gets back to the pace again? It's like such a John Mayer thing, Yeah.
That's musicianship.
And I would love to play with Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin.
Jimmy Page, yeah.
Because I would love to know how composing or writing songs would look like back in the 70s, especially rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your worst as well as the best moment in a gig?
Man, I've definitely I remember in ninth grade, like starting as a drummer. I know we were playing a Coldplay song. I forget exactly which one, but just like starting the song and I'm being like, oh, I'm on the wrong beat, and then just kind of all the other musicians are still going, and you're just like, oh, I have no idea where we are, and the song just started. Like I remember that has happened.
Yeah.
and you learn. You learn
Yeah.
from those experiences.
But at that time, it's like you don't know anything, and people just stare at you. You become the center of attraction.
like,
Makes you nervous for like the next 10 seconds. and,
right.
like,
The show must go on,
the show
though.
must go on. Yeah.
But the best feeling, and that happened my freshman year of high school, and I remember my sophomore year of high school was definitely one of my favorite shows I ever had, and it was when we were playing Roy Hargrove's Strasbourg Saint Denis,
yeah.
and just the crowd, like I could just feel them like dancing, and we were just locked in. And we also played Birdland by Weather Report, that gig. And I mean, my favorite is just getting the crowd moving and like feeling that energy and that interaction with your fellow musicians. I had my first drum solo that I like felt good about that gig too, where I had a drum solo and I was like that. I started at the right time, ended at the right time, and I did some cool stuff in between.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
Getting those first experiences are really special.
Yeah,
and it's hard to beat the first time that happens to you. So.
Is that like your favorite gig moment ever?
Yeah. And probably our first gig for Pop Band.
Oh my God.
Because this is Cornell, I was like, nobody's gonna dance at this thing. Like, I think that we're making some good music, but we had the crowd dancing and like Zombie when I dropped the stick. Also, when I broke the stick at the big event, that one was awesome.
There's always something going on in Zombie.
Yeah.
No, but definitely, I mean, the first gig was awesome, and I think not a lot of people showed up for musical events before that.
Yeah.
Right? At Cornell, the Smith Hall was full, and a few of the other pop band members, I looked at them and they were like, "Oh my God, can we still do this? There's a lot of people down here tonight." But I think the first two songs were like great. I mean, not so well, but after American Idiot, things got a little hotter, and then people started moving around, and that was like the best moment. And I think when I did that stunt or whatever, the thing in Zombie where I like got on my knees and like did that guitar thing, people were like, "Oh, yeah." That was fun. That was fun. It's like it's also like we have done that a lot, but that first moment that's the blueprint, you know. Yeah, and I would definitely love to do more. There's big event, guys. Big event. When's the date? January 31st. It's a Saturday, 7 p.m. We're gonna open
31st
for, I don't know who the artist is.
It's been announced. I don't even know if it's been announced yet.
But we don't know about the artist, but there's pop band.
And we're really why you want to go. So
you know where to be on January 31st. But I think that was it. I don't even know how long we've been till now. But it's like, you know, I just love talking to you always. You've been one of my greatest buddies, not just musical buddies, but you know.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we had Pop Band.
Yeah,
and we were able to, you know, start
all this music,
making music together. It's been very fun.
This is definitely going forever. Yeah. Any last words, sir?
Yeah, I do have some last words. Hold on.
Practice.
Always be performing. Always be performing.
Mm-hmm.
And practice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's like the one musician tip every musician gonna give. But thank you again, Lewis.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll definitely do this more often. If I have time.
Yeah. It took us how many months for this?
It took us 4 months, man.
Yeah.
So
see you in 4 months.
See you in 4 months. Sayonara.
Bye-bye.